So there is this bill that is currently being deliberated upon by the House of by the Senate House, right? By our, those you call leaders, elected representatives.
Wow. Your leader.
Wow.
Right? That the minimum presidential term should be extended to 6 years. Very good policy. I like that.
Well, my concern, talking about that, if we have leaders that have the people at heart, there are countries that are China. I think China's president has
We have to take consideration of time and now,
stayed
space
more.
and era, people.
You understand?
Not
So-
this is not the time for it.
Yeah, I also think that
It's because our people are not serious.
Yeah, exactly why this is
They are
not the
not
time for it.
trustworthy.
Exactly why this
let's
is not
take
the time
Peter
for
Obi
it.
Yes.
issues now. The lawsuits, the 30 billion lawsuit, and
5
Kenneth,
billion?
yeah,
Is it 30 or 5?
5
Okay.
billion lawsuit.
Don't mind
And really,
Okonkwo, right?
yes, and Kenneth Okonkwo.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
I thought they were best of friends at some point.
All right,
Wow.
now that is the
Anyways,
angle exactly I'm coming
I
from.
thought
Why
they were
was
best friends.
it?
You know
At some
why?
point.
You know why? 2022, 2023, 2023, the last presidential election era, right? I mean, I was an ardent supporter of Labour Party.
Okay.
I built a fan base for Peter Obi, a demography the Nigerian society had never seen in politics. I would want to say that. I would like to say that. Called the Gen Z for Peter Obi. Now, there was a trend during that period where people started saying, let's stop using Ade Obama and Ade Opapa shirts for campaigns. I introduced that concept. I reached out to Wayimi, who's a Peter Obi influencer, Labour Party, as well as Chud, right? Chude online on Twitter, and they popularized that. We had members join the Telegram platform, and that was pushed. During this period, Kenneth Okonkwo was all over Peter Obi, all hell let loose on Peter Obi, supporting him, right?
Yeah.
Going all in for him. Now, fast forward to 3 years after, which is probably 2025, 26.
Yeah.
Kenneth Okonkwo started spilling salt against Peter Obi. And when I saw that, because usually when you go to Twitter, you see people saying things first on your timeline, on your wall, before you go to check the trend table and pick up that particular topic to listen to. And I'm like, why would people want to pick up on Peter Obi like this? Obedience, what's up? You guys have started again. Pick up on Kenneth Okonkwo. You guys have started again. Kenneth Okonkwo shouldn't be the person you are picking up on. Now, I gave him 6 months benefit of the doubt, only to find out that Kenneth Okonkwo had now begun to openly come out to spill this salt. And he is now denying those things he said against Atiku. So what is the difference between Kenneth Okonkwo and Reno Mokri? Political jobbers. I, for one, I would usually tell those in my circle that I can be saint and I can be devilish. 50% good according to me, I would accrue the same amount to your proportion to you. And if you also spill 50% devilish acts or problematic takes to me, I will meet her in the same exact percentage. This is Kenneth Okonkwo. You did all righteous, all good, everything that should promote Peter Obi, and now you are coming back to backbite and backstab. Why? All for politics and governance. That is not even politics. Because for you to be called a politician, you have to have attended and be certified with a degree of being capable of political efforts. Just as the everyday lawyer. You study for 5 years, you go to a year, you go for law school 1 year extra, and then you begin to ascribe more degrees and qualifications, right? That is when you can be called, firstly, an ESQ Esquire, before you become a son, and I mean, all of that happens. So you can be called a politician. You can only be called probably a government official, if the case were like that. But you are not even a government official, because you've never had a governmental position. Sorry, brother. Because you've never had a governmental position. So if you come out to speak of him this way, those who you found right now will be closing you up to some information, because what you could have done to Peter Obi, you can't do to them as well.
Exactly.
And the fact that this conversation or this claim isn't just like you're talking to me, I'm talking to you. It said that on a national TV. People don't forget things like that.
Very easily.
The internet don't forget.
What I think is, somehow, Kenneth Okonkwo has his points. And what I'll put it this way. one of the things he said about Peter Obi is that you can't start a case and not finish it and draw back. Like, let's go to court. I say, okay, Mola, let's go to court. By the time we now get to court, I'm doing a moonwalk, moving back, which Peter Obi did during this appeal. You are claiming you won the election. Say, okay, let's go to court. Cut all the lawyers. Go to court. You couldn't push to get the documents that you need for my neck. INEC kept telling you, come tomorrow, come tomorrow, come tomorrow. What made him lose the case was because the court said they could not provide evidence that the election was rigged.
Only if he had pushed more further,
Yes.
he would have gotten that.
Now that's one.
He would have been
Some
prevailed.
months before election, a voice note came out that Peter Obi was having a conversation with Toyedepo.
Yeah.
He said he has gone to court. What is the outcome of that case now? Till now,
He left it
we have
hanging.
not seen. The case is hanging.
How do you always run when
All right.
things get
So
heated?
somehow, what he's saying, he's right. Because if you lose election, you don't want to spend money. Obi that I know does not want to spend money. He will not spend money to get what he needs to win the case.
Considering the bureaucracy that even comes with.
I am not.
And you are in Nigeria.
yes.
And you are in Nigeria. You know that there's
Yes.
bureaucracy.
Yes.
If you cannot do bureaucratic system, then find a way to infiltrate the system and get what you want and use it.
True.
Mr. Williams, I am not an advocate of the Labour Party, neither am I that of the Obedience or Peter Obi himself. I belong to AAC African Action Congress, AAC Lagos State youth leader, right? Shogure, Omoyele Shogure. I would not, in my right thinking, come out to openly campaign or advocate for Peter Obi or the Labour Party or Obedience or NDC. Now, I had to establish that because I'd like to premise or anchor a thought, which is as simple as this. Yes, Kenneth Okonkwo raised emotion that I buy into, exactly why I even left the Labour Party.
Okay. Why?
He said Peter Obi is too soft for the kind of government environment and ecosystem we have now.
Yeah.
That is factual. That was why I left. If Peter Obi, if Omoyele Sowore had what Peter Obi had in the obedient fan base, Nigeria wouldn't be the same today. That is one. To establish it, I will come back to differ. I am only establishing these talk points and takes, right? It's as simple as Kenneth Okonkwo saying, oh, Peter Obi cannot challenge the incumbent system right now. I agree. I left because of that. But you do not openly come out to say things he told you as friends, as allies. There is a place for governance, and there's a place for governance, and there is a place for ethical coordination, friendship, humanity, Ubuntu. Yes, we could have our rifts, but I won't say, oh, this person told me certain things about his wife or a third party. So that 5 billion lawsuit is in place.
All right. We'd like to round up now, but it's been an exciting session so far. Like we always say, that if you are just joining us, this is still the rundown. Let us get your comment. But now we are about to get into the finance. Let's see what the world of finance is saying. How do we do what we do to make money, particularly in this hard time? Let's go pay some bills. We'll be right back. Stay with us.